meditate. It's Thursday. I'll just wait for you all to show up. It's just about 7 o'clock now. And what we do on Thursdays every single week is we gather together virtually and we do a guided meditation for a healed America. I've been doing this for at least 3 years now. Yes, we've been meditating for at least 3 years, once a week. And we meditate on in America where we can have the flag going the right way. Right now it's going this way. Let me fix that. Right now we're a nation in distress, but we're changing that. All right. So we just chat for, hello. We just chat for 15 minutes and then we go into our guided meditation. It's only a half an hour. I do Off the Ledge daily, so hopefully you got to check that out today. And then I got really immersed in writing a Substack that I just posted. It takes a few hours. But while I have you here, let me tell you what it's called. My new Substack that I just posted. It had been almost 2 weeks, I think. Because there was so much news and I kept almost writing an article and then there'd be more news. So finally I settled on this. Please subscribe to my Substack. It's under Annette Substack. If you don't know what Substack is, you can go to the App Store on your phone or however you go to get apps and just type in Substack and get the app. And this one is entitled On Being Victims of the Abuser in Chief. You watching today's PNN pop-up, Amanda? I didn't do a PNN pop-up. I didn't. One's called Off the Ledge and the other's called Pop-Up. So you're likely watching Off the Ledge if it was from today. But after this, I'll do a pop-up. Yeah, thanks, Warren. Yeah, I just published it. So, yeah, the orange monster he's going all in. You're not late, Rose. We chat for 15 minutes anyway. You tried to find me on Substack, no luck. Maybe try Grassroots of Democracy, because it used to be under that. And what I'll do if you're unable to find my Substack is I will go to my community page, and I always do post it on my community page. I just haven't done that yet. I will do that afterwards. So I know that there's plenty of bad news that we can put our focus on, but we're not going to do that. We're going to make it a practice to, when we see a bad news story, to just pray, intend, send light to those that are suffering, and change our focus to what needs to be done and how we'll do it. Okay? And if you have any trouble finding my Substack, you can send me an email to annettedion7@gmail.com, and I'll just send it to you, and you can subscribe from there. So, what's on your minds? Yes, we're focusing on positive things. So, we're aware of the negative. We're aware of the negative. We're very aware of the negative. And just understand any kind of healing in the process, things get really escalated and scary before they change. So I'm going to just focus for the next 15 minutes on the good. Because I just saw a couple stories in my YouTube feed that were not good. Hegseth held a prayer group. Yeah. So all this He held a prayer group at the Pentagon during business hours. You're mortified by this, but not only. I mean, you're mortified, but don't you expect that? Because the whole point is to get you upset, right? Remember to call your senators in regards to the bill. Okay, so it needs to pass the Senate. The House is. I'll read on that later. I'll read on that afterwards. I'll do a pop-up afterwards. Let me just tune into what the guides want us to really be focusing on. The president of South Africa came out with a scathing rebuke of Dumpy after what he did. Yeah, like the third ambush in the White House against a world leader. So let me find this, because I think you would find it inspiring, and in the sense that they have his number. Let me just show it to you. Hang on, you'll like this. This is the president of South Africa's rebuttal.
Spread felony charges once again. Spread the vicious lie about white farmers being slaughtered in South Africa. What we witnessed was not just the ravings of a racist, but the despicable attempt of a desperate politician trying to dye his campaign banner with African blood. Even as he fabricated these lies, his business empire quietly registered 3 mineral exploration companies in South Africa. How ironic that a man who claims the country is slaughtering whites can't wait to carve up what he calls blood-soaked land. The old apartheid regime also used the black threat to justify atrocities, and now this man is recycling the same playbook, more laughably while peddling these myths. This self-proclaimed human rights champion had the audacity to hint that he hopes South Africa will gift him an aircraft. In his warped worldview, African nations seem to exist either as slaughterhouses awaiting his salvation or as ATMs for his personal plunder. Here's the truth he dares not confront. In the new South Africa, the scales of justice do not tip based on skin color. And that New Yorker facing 34 felony charges once again spread the vicious lie about white farmers being slaughtered in South Africa. What we witnessed was not just the ravings of a racist, but the despicable attempt of a desperate politician trying to dye his campaign banner with African blood. Even as he fabricated.
So, all right. So, bravo. Did you guys see that yesterday? So, what I want you all to, I just found that on Threads. What I want you all to be thinking about is this, because it's hopeful. The rest of the world is not stupid. America is a young country, and we haven't been through what other countries have been through in regards to violent racism, unless you lived during the Civil War times, maybe a past life. The South African president is no dummy, and the ambush in the Oval Office, once again, it's the third one this year, is not something that he wasn't already hip to and probably expecting. So what Trump came at him with was all the lies and the conspiracy and the heinousness and the unspeakable violence of apartheid in South Africa that set off that whole thing, where Nelson Mandela was jailed, where, I mean, it was, he knows what's going on here. He knows what's happening. The Chancellor of Germany, Germany knows what's happening. Yeah. it's not like they haven't seen it before, even if it was, in the case of Germany, like a different generation, but a lot of those people are still alive. I feel the rest of the world standing up to Dumpy, so we are not alone. He stole this election from Kamala Harris. Most of the world knows. Yeah, most people in the world know. And most people in the world know. Michelle, we are where we are. We gotta face it, we are where we are, okay? Most people know. So we're in a time in history where they've seen this before. So Electrostorm, read my new Substack, because I addressed that about the media. Yeah. And Michelle is saying I can't take all this hate anymore. We have to. We just have to. So I mean I understand that. We all are in agreement about that. So we want to do what's necessary to shut this evil, to eliminate it. And that's what we do here too. So I'm so grateful that you're here. And I know that it's hard. But I also know, and I also mentioned this in my Substack today, we have to confront this. Yes, it's true. But we have to understand, so as far as people are talking about P. Diddy, I read on that last night, and I think he's going to out-Trump to the max. So in the face of what we're facing, what we really, really, really have to get is we can't do this alone. Hey, Gigi. Please hit the thumbs up while you're here. We can't do this alone. We have to do this with one another. I had no idea when I started my YouTube channel that things would get this bad. I had hoped that they would improve. But I also know that in a healing crisis, things get as bad, worse than you might ever think. Okay? Impeach Donald. Yeah, impeach and remove. The whole lot of them. Now, what I know about tonight, and we need to start the meditation at the 15-minute mark, so I'll talk fast. What I know tonight is they're having that oligarch dinner where Dumpy is selling the United States to the highest bidders. Okay? And the orange felon, as far as Diddy goes, we'll read about that tomorrow. I'll do a PNN pop-up after this, because I didn't have a chance because I was writing. Okay, so we're in this together. We're not supposed to do it alone. We're supposed to do it together. We're supposed to fight fascism together. So stop thinking you're all alone. Stop thinking you're all alone. Rita, we need uplifting messages before we close our eyes. Okay? Yeah. We have to say positive things before we close our eyes. Not that we're in denial. We're pretty much in the know about how much evil is happening right now. Okay? So they're having that horrible dinner where Dumpy's doing his best to get all the money that he can because he's so insecure and he's under Putin's orders. But we got this. Please make sure you're in a place where you will know. Thank you, Rita. He's going to be impeached and removed. Good job. Good job. Amanda, who likes stories about animals that do incredible things. Mary Trump always puts a little animal clip, a cute animal clip during her live streams. Make sure you're in a comfortable place where you won't be interrupted. Make sure your cats aren't going to walk all over you. I know a lot of people have cats. And that your devices are silenced so that you can really focus. And I urge you to all do this meditation again and again during the week. Okay. So we've got about 10 seconds. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Take a long, slow, deep breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. A long, slow, deep breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. Long, slow, deep breath in. And hold it. And a longer breath out. Give yourself permission to relax your body completely. Tell yourself, to yourself, say, body, I give you permission to relax. Body, I give you permission to relax. And now scan your body, mentally scan your body, and notice any place in your body that's resisting relaxing. And gently bring your attention to that part of your body that you feel is still clenched. And imagine, just like you would pet an animal, a pet, that you're just mentally soothing that part of your body, giving it love and caring attention mentally, and feel that part of your body relax. And you might want to say, all is well, and all will be well. It's safe for me to relax and let go. I give my entire body permission to release and to relax and to let go. Keep your breath, keep your breathing long and slow. Enjoying the feeling of permitting yourself to surrender, to trust, to let go of all tension and stress and strain that can act to as barriers to your peacefulness. And as you continue to feel this relaxation coming over you, think about how often you might have the feeling that if you're not worried about something, you're doing something wrong. And if anybody has that feeling, just reflect on that now. That program, that if there's suffering, you have to attach to it. That you must worry. Any kind of ideas that suggest that it's irresponsible to not worry. And bring yourself into a new awareness that although negative things present themselves and you become aware of them, bring yourself into the knowing that adding on to the worry and adding on to the fear and adding on to the anxiety and stress is the worst thing you can do. Just bring that awareness in. Getting sucked into the sadness and the grief and the despair, the fear and the hopelessness is the worst thing that you can do in terms of helping the collective healing. So without berating, without feeling guilty, without feeling I shouldn't do that, without any of that condemnation, Simply, like you're soothing a small child, tell yourself and your inner child self, there are higher beings of a spiritual nature that are helping. There are higher beings of a spiritual, mystical nature that are here with you. And with the awareness of the bad things, you can be in the awareness that healing is taking place. See if you can bring your mind to, I am in the greater awareness that healing is taking place. My own personal healing and the healing of the collective consciousness of all of humanity. I'm bringing myself into the awareness that healing is happening. And as you're feeling your body more and more relaxed, bring your attention to your toes and relax your toes and your feet, the soles of your feet and the tops of your feet. Relax your ankles and your calves and knees. Relax your thighs and buttocks and hips and lower abdomen. Feel your stomach and waist relax. Bring your focus to your tailbone, moving up vertebrae by vertebrae. Feel each vertebrae of your spine relaxing, releasing, and letting go until you reach the base of the skull. Feel your diaphragm that moves your lungs up and down, the rib cage up and down. Feel it relax. Your rib cage relaxes and your lungs and heart. Your shoulders become heavy and relaxed, and that relaxation moves down the arms into the elbows and the wrists and the hands and fingers. Feel the relaxation in your neck and all the muscles of your face and your jaw and your scalp. Imagine a huge ball of light like the sun, about 6 feet above the top of your head, shining down brightly onto your body, and you're bathed in light. And now transport yourself, mentally visualize yourself. Though you may not know exactly where it's taking place, you can imagine yourself energetically as an invisible presence, observing a dinner that's being held for oligarchs and bad players in the world that have been invited into our beloved country with no regard for national security, with criminality on their minds. Imagine you're an invisible presence observing what's going on as if you were remote viewing. Whatever you see is perfectly appropriate. You may see nothing, but just keep in mind that your beautiful light presence, though it's invisible to them, is having a very powerful effect here, correcting the wrongs. And you need not know how, and you need not know what is going to happen, and you need not know if it will happen. Just know that your powerful presence on the etheric level, on an energy level, is making an impact on their dealings, their nefarious criminal dealings in that room. and just imagine the energy of the people that are at that dinner. Notice if some seem fully engaged in the criminality. Maybe some feel like they're there but don't really want to be there. Maybe some feel pressured. Maybe some feel eager to engage in more and more dark money criminality. And you are simply an invisible energy being filled with light present here. And imagine that all the others in the collective who want healing to be happening, particularly in the United States right now and extending around the world, that are intending for healing to be occurring, imagine that all their thoughts and prayers and intentions energetically are in this room where they are dining, where evildoers are dealing in dark money. And now you feel the energy in the room of the collective consciousness of the healing and the praying and the meditating people who are praying and intending for this evil to be broken up and destroyed. The consciousnesses of all of the collective energy of these thoughts and prayers and intentions are now in the room, more and more and more, and the energy is growing. And now imagine, although you and the others are in the room, observing all this evil doing and all this dark money transferring hands and all these nefarious plans for killing and genocide and destroying America, all this that's going on, the collective consciousness of all the powerful prayers and intenders are in the room with them. Unbeknownst to them, they are being held accountable by the light. They just don't know it yet. And now imagine from outside the building, even if you don't know what the actual building is, it does not matter. There are legions of beautiful angels appearing, like troops of angels. Maybe they're on horses, maybe they have chariots. Legions of angels moving in, surrounding this building, whatever it is, wherever it is, surrounding the building where these criminals from around the world are gathered to destroy America and to destroy innocent people. And now you sense and feel and know that these angels have arrows made of light. They have bows and arrows, and the arrows are made of light. And now, astoundingly to you, to your awareness, these huge angels begin to stretch out their arms, poised with their bows and arrows of light, and all at once they shoot thousands of arrows of light into the building, into the banquet hall, destroying the darkness, raising the vibrational frequency, and you see the whole room exploding in light. Total light, blinding light, canceling the deals. The deals fall apart. The angels have arrived. They have destroyed the murderous dark money deals. The whole vibration of the room has been upset. and is too high of a vibration for any of these deals to come to fruition. You need not know how, just know that it is done. And know that it's very important to not attach expectations to when or how you will see the results of this white light ambush of their meeting. Everything they are planning falls apart. Every nefarious crime that they are planning to unfold to destroy people is unable to take hold. The malicious intent, the evil, has lost all of the power, has lost its grip. And now you're noticing, as you are an invisible presence in that room where that dinner is happening, you're noticing smiles turning to serious looks and frowns at seeing that what they wanted to do cannot take root. And this is what is so. And just know how powerful this is and how powerful you are when joined with the collective energy that's focused on light and light only. Where light is present, the darkness disintegrates. Now bring all your focus to your breath, the gentle sensation of the breath moving in and out. You can relax your focus, see your vision dissolve, knowing it is done, and knowing that you can do this meditation at any time, whenever you feel like it, whenever you feel called to. And that nothing in this meditation returns void. This meditation is effective and has taken hold and is now working as though on a time release to destroy the darkness and the evil in this world. I will count up from 5 to 1. You can feel free to continue meditating, or at the count of 1 you can open your eyes and be finished. 5, 4, 3, coming up, 2, and at the count of 1, if you wish, you can open your eyes or continue the meditation. And 1. Namaste.